Thank you for the opportunity to present, and good morning to you all, and good evening if you're logging in from the US. So I'm Subhash Chala, and I'm the CEO of SenSen Networks Limited. Just want to give a very brief overview of what we are about. We're an AI company focused a lot on AI dealing with cameras and sensors. And we belong to a space what we call as live awareness. So we take data from real-time sensor streams like camera, GPS, LiDAR, or radar. We also take data from real-time enterprise data sources like payments, digital maps, point of sale, rules and regulations that govern the context of a business. And when we combine those two in a systematic manner, you give an ability to be aware of the business. So we deliver this live awareness capability to governments, enterprises, and so on. And we have applications in roads, parking, airports, shops, casinos, and so on. So we call this live awareness, and it's a class of AI that uses cameras and sensors to constantly monitor business activity, especially in the physical world, and interpret that activity within the context of business rules like digital information to improve operational efficiency and safety. The closest examples of live awareness are like a self-driving car. Okay? When a self-driving car stops because someone unexpectedly moves in front of it, it has used its live awareness capability to act and change a pre-programmed action because the AI is telling it to do something. That has changed in the physical world. Similarly, when a robot or a drone delivers or is on its path to deliver some goods and services without bumping into anyone, it's live awareness in action. But the above examples are basically where live awareness capabilities are very limited. They're using sensors and cameras to learn more about what's going on in their surroundings and the context in which to make the decision. But they're very focused and narrowly positioned to just drive a vehicle from point A to point B or move a robot from place to place. But the similar capabilities, if you apply in an enterprise context, let's say an airport or a casino or a parking context, then you still use cameras, LiDAR, and everything to interpret what's happening around you and contextualize the data, but you can then deliver more revenue, reduce cost, increase safety, and so on. You don't necessarily have to move a robot from place to place in this context, obviously. So we find that opportunity to provide significant efficiencies and safety benefits to enterprises is almost infinite. And we are one of the world leaders who recognize that opportunity and create a platform like SenSen, AI platform, which is our live awareness platform. Okay? So that's the context and where we fit in the big AI space, because so much is going on and people tend to ask, where do we belong? So to give an idea, because we have built this platform, we have this incredible ability to spin solutions rapidly based on the emerging requirements of the customers. So in just the last financial year, we released about 6 unique solutions that are solving something very important for different markets in which the solutions are operating. Going from left to right, we have Code the Curb with AI, powered by smartphone. Okay, this is a new capability to cost-effectively digitize the curbside or the footpath, as people sometimes refer to. This is being referred to in the world as coding the curb or creating a digital twin of the curb. And there's a significant opportunity in the US and many everywhere else. We already are leaders in that space. But to do that with the smartphone and not using heavy equipment and deliver at scale changes everything for that market. Okay. And we are using smartphone cameras and smartphone GPS, and the integrated analysis of that is what delivers that. We have also recently introduced an AI co-pilot for mobile enforcement. So we are already world leaders in providing mobile enforcement to cities around the world. but there are a bunch of manual steps people have to do to make those systems work. Um, we pretty much introduced a co-pilot where they can voice control everything. It kind of knows the vehicles with mobile enforcement system. They already know where they are and what they're meant to be doing without explicit instructions. And that again is a massive disruptor to the market. We also introduced recently a school zone parking enforcement solution where we needed to do green, solar powered, Wi-Fi enabled, self-managed kind of solution by sensing, danger for school kids when they're being dropped off. Again, around the schools to be aware of which vehicles are coming, where are the kids moving, and are they in danger. It's like live awareness in operation where we have been able to deliver that capability. And recently, we have also introduced some solutions for fuel theft recovery, which is another market where we serve our AI solutions, and curb enforcement in North America, where there was a need for doing real-time enforcement, and seaports, where, lashing and unlashing of containers has a lot of danger. So if you look at the breadth of solutions where sensors and cameras are being used, but they all follow similar pattern, where you got to extract information from those cameras and sensors, marry that with the contextual information of the business and take real-time decisions on what they need to do. And this is a new live awareness capability that we have. And as we move into the future, there are more and more things that customers are asking us to modify. So that's a space we are operating in, and gives you a bit of an idea. We had 6 patents granted in the last 6 months, 5 for casino gaming area and 1 for fuel retail space. Right? This video basically explains what
AI is all around us, creating images, generating text, as well as audio, video, code. Yet, there are many things AI cannot do. AI has no sense of its own context, no awareness of the physical world, of what things mean. And this is despite billions of digital sensors hooked up to computers and recording what the world looks like, how warm it is, how acidic, what it sounds like, how quickly objects are moving. Until SenSen, we give AI the context it lacks, a new sense called live awareness. Live awareness fuses any sensory input, whether streamed from servers, smartphones, or video cameras, microphones, accelerometers, GPS, or other connected devices. All of it is unified into a single, consistent data layer, a layer revealing the most salient features of reality for the situation at hand, such as position, velocity, and proximity, or pressure, temperature, likely next direction, and luminosity. Whatever is required to give AI a complete sense of what's happening, to find important patterns, to trigger next actions, or ask a human being to make a judgment call. SenSen, the live awareness platform.
So that gives a bit of an overview of what kind of stuff we do, or the what live awareness is all about. And we believe we are very uniquely positioned with huge track record of over 80 customers right now. Many of them are government, others are enterprises. And people ask, like, how do we actually make money? So this is the revenue model that we follow. It's fairly consistent across different verticals, showing there is a pattern for this live awareness AI and how you can monetize it. So on the left side, you see a select group of customers who are been there forever. And one of the interesting characteristics of this market also is that the churn is nearly zero. Okay? We haven't really lost a major customer in the last 15 years of operation. So we keep growing and the customers keep spending more money because there are new AI live awareness use cases they keep coming up with. If you look at the revenue sources, we have a software license revenue, which is recurrent, makes up about 60% of the revenue from a customer. Hardware sales usually are embedded into the initial upfront contract we get, which usually makes up 20%, and the professional services like technology trials or installation and configuration services, training or UAT make up another 20. That pattern is fairly consistent, some low, some high, but generally that is the model. Now going to the financial highlights of how we are tracking. First time ever in our history, we crossed $10 million in cash receipts. We actually collected 11.2 million in the financial year for the first time. The previous high was 8.8 million, which happened last financial year. The last quarter, we collected 3.3 million, slightly less than the previous corresponding quarter, but in the same order. And we expect, records to be broken as we go into the future. We pretty much delivered 27% year-on-year growth in customer cash receipts against a backdrop of extremely turbulent economic conditions. Prior to this, when the economy was more favorable, we grew 50% or more. So we expect to keep, breaking those records of growth as we move forward. This also demonstrates the resilience of the business with a balanced mix of government and private enterprises. Governments are often slow, but very, very sticky. Even our private enterprise customers are very sticky. They're a bit faster than the government. But if you look at the graphs at the bottom, on the left side, we have cash receipts. You can see a continuous ongoing growth that is there. The greens represent corresponding quarters from previous two quarters. And then on the right side, you have, how our OPEX is tracking. And you can see that the blue is getting very close to red, and we expect it to cross over in the next financial year. So it's a moving average over 12 months. So you can see that the general trend is smooth and getting towards that crossover point. Here is a couple of updates on specific markets. So in casino gaming market, we won a USD $1 million deal or deals in the quarter. This is despite some patent infringement cases and stuff like that are going on. We have our own patent portfolio that is growing strongly in this area. And we don't have any specific update for the specific patent dispute we have, but things are going as we expect. This is a quick corporate snapshot of the shareholding pattern of different people in the company. This is our board, which is constituted of myself as a CEO and Chief Operating Officer, David Smith. And we have one non-ex director, Zenon Preciously. I'm up for questions from the people.